What is going on? Here today with a quick review, not of the G-Wolves Hot ES that I've been using, but quick first impressions of the Cirrus M. It's an HK gaming mouse, claims to weigh 54 grams, so I'm just gonna kind of unbox this. Figured I'd just do this because why not? So quick unboxing, see what's in here, and then we'll do like a little review as well of the mouse. So here we go. This is what you got in the box. Nice little plastic cover on the mouse itself. Keep it sturdy in there. I don't know. Guess you can keep it if you ever want to restore it. And it's really cold where I live in Pittsburgh, so the mouse is actually like really cold itself. So I might want to let it sit just a little bit before I use it because don't want to risk any potential issues, whatever they may be. But I bought this mouse because honestly, I don't necessarily want to mod it per se, but I want to try to do a little paint job. Maybe get one of those silicone rings for the scroll wheel here, and make this gold, get a gold paracord, and then I think it could look really nice. But I also wanted to get the feel of like a bigger ultralight 2. While I don't own one, I've always wanted to have one, and that's kind of what led me to get the Hot ES. Is it's just like an ultralight 2 with a hump on the end, and I feel like I'd like this a lot more than I would like the ultralight 2 because of the smaller hump on the back, and it makes it feel like a bigger mouse. This is quite literally the shape of the Ultralight 2 and the Air 58, but it's like an in-between. So here, I could pull out a few other mice. So in here, I'm pulling out my Razer Viper Mini. It has some core pad grips. Guess I can do a review on them a bit later too, just for comparison. But as you can see, lining these three mice up, a little wonky, but it looks like the Cirrus M is definitely the biggest of the three of the bunch. But to be honest, I kind of wasn't expecting this to be as small as it is, which is nice because for the most part I think I like smaller mice. Here is it actually. I'll put the G Pro wireless up next to it. This is not the Superlight, just the original G Pro wireless. I mean, this is definitely the biggest of the four, but yeah, I'm quite surprised with its size. Build quality. Here, let's check that out. Move these all out of the way. Really strong on the sides. No side holes or anything. So, but holes on the bottom and on the top. But they shouldn't get in your way. I definitely like the no holes on the side. I think that it just feels a little nicer. That's why I put these Hot E grips on the top, just because I wanted it to be a little bit bigger. But grips on the side as well covers those holes, make it a little thicker for me too. But this is like, it's a really nice shape overall. Let's check out the cord. I mean, given I don't have this bungeed up or anything yet, but like it feels like a pretty flexible cord. Yeah, I mean, definitely looks flexible for the most part. So I mean, if you want to keep the cord, by all means go ahead. But like I said, I kind of want to customize this mouse a little bit. Scroll wheels, pretty nice, good clicks in. Not a ton of like stopping power on it, but like it's fine overall. Maybe a little pre-travel on this back mouse button here. Let me turn down the lights a little bit. It looks a bit bright. Oh, that's so much better. Sorry about that. If it was just too bright for the viewing, it's a bit grainy, but whatever. So here we go. Side buttons look good. The mouse is pretty good quality. A little bit of pre-travel on this back side button. A little bit of wobble. It's like it's almost hard to see, but yeah, I guess a little bit there. But I almost have to use like both fingers, or both hands rather. No wobble on the mouse. Scroll wheel. it's pretty well built. Like all this wobble, I guess you could say, like won't really matter in game. You should never notice that. Uh, Definitely a little bit of pre-travel on each mouse button, maybe a bit more on mouse 1 than mouse 2, but again, nothing like too drastically noticeable. I have pretty small hands. I believe they're 17 centimeters or so. Uh, here, about 18 centimeters by 9 or 10. I don't really know where you measure it from, but regardless, I have some small hands. So like my hand can pretty much cover a Hottie S, which is a small mouse, and it can cover this. I could easily palm this mouse. I just don't palm grip. I guess I'm like a relaxed kind of claw grip. Maybe even just a claw. I don't know. A bit of a claw, a bit of... I can do whatever really grip. I just don't ever really palm. But regardless, this mouse is a really nice size for me, and I think I might be using it quite often, especially once I get my modifications, I guess, completed with it. But here, let me put it up against yet another like pretty large mouse in the Ponage, whatever it is, their ergonomic mouse. I forget what it's called. It's definitely smaller. Like this is way smaller than this. Again, it's quite a bit smaller than the G Pro Wireless. G Pro Wireless is a bit longer, definitely taller. But yeah, like I said, it is pretty much just an Ultralight 2, cheaper of course. I got this for $50 on Amazon, the white version. This is the color I wanted anyways, and it was $50, so it worked out for me. And it's solid. Definitely, I don't want to say a FINALMOUSE killer per se, because I mean the FINALMOUSE mice are, some of the best, but it's a good budget mouse for sure, especially if you're a fan of the Ultralight 2 Air 58 shape. This is right in between, so you can't get much better than that. And here, let's put it on my scale too. It's advertised at, I believe it's 54 grams. Reset it, and let's see. With the wire, it's coming up on my scale. Let's move it up. At about 59 grams, so definitely a bit heavier than advertised, but I don't know. They probably just weighed it without the cable. So if I put cable towards the edge, yeah, it's about 57. So, okay, so I'd say it's about 58 grams realistically, rather than the advertised 54. But nonetheless, still a lightweight mouse. I mean, let's put that into perspective. The Razer Viper Mini with core pads and Tiger Arc 2 mouse feet is coming up about 64 on this. These grips are pretty heavy. So, like, I mean, it's not much heavier than that. Actually, it's a bit lighter, realistically, than that. And the Hottie S with some grips as well as 53 grams on my scale. So, I mean, it's definitely a lightweight mouse. This is 70 grams. So, yeah, it's a lightweight mouse. It's $50. It doesn't have too many issues with the build quality. The coating is definitely questionable. It's just like the most basic coating I've probably ever felt. It's like it's 3D printed and then just sanded down, but it's not. It's better than that, but it's still like a really, really basic coating. So yeah, I'm probably gonna hit some aim labs with this and test it out, and yeah, that's about it. So I hope you enjoyed. I definitely like this mouse. It's really solid. I think it's gonna be it should be more widely known. I've seen a lot of videos kind of hating on it, but honestly, I don't get the hate. I think that if you're looking for an ultralight 2, but you don't want to drop the money, Definitely get this, the HK Gaming Sirius M.